Oh my god. I just watched Baby Reindeer episode 4, and that was such a turn of events. Like, for everyone who was like, it's the most wild, messed up show I've ever seen, and like the violence and what happens in it. Yeah, you guys were all very correct. I also didn't realize how long it was because it kept playing, and I didn't realize they did a mid season thing where it's 44 minutes instead of the regular 27. So I was also like, this is really really long. Um, but I understand why they didn't split it up because they had the entire one storyline of his prior arc, which is just disturbing. Um, if you've seen it, then you know how disturbing that whole scenario was. And the worst part is, I think, is you can kind of tell what's happening, like in the beginning. So when spoiler alert, real quick, I know I'm a bit late, anyways. When Donnie shows up, I already kind of had the pre notion that like this guy wants something. He's going to try to take something. He's not a good person. You could just kind of tell from how the storyline was designed that this guy comes into his life. And I also kind of starting the episode thought it was after everything that had happened in episode 3, so I was a little confused for a second because I didn't see the understand the prior. That was just me needing a minute, I guess, to understand location to location. Um, but yeah, when I realized that it was his like backstory and this is all the stuff that happened prior, it it was just what a turn of events for this to happen to anyone ever. This is like so disturbing. I spoilers. Donnie shows up. You can tell he's a piece of shit, and he just gets worse and worse. And it almost screams, especially right now, which is the most disturbing part, like New Hollywood. What he does and what is explained is the same as like what every tabloid about Hollywood sounds like right now, which is even more concerning that this is clearly not an uncommon scenario for people who are trying to make it big. I don't know how he possibly acted this all out being that this actually like not probably not everything, but most of this, because there's a point of like true storyline where like all of episode 4, like there's no spot where I'm like, well, that's probably a little bit of a change. That might be a little bit of a change, like time and area and stuff. But like everything else, you couldn't make that shit up and still call it a true story, which is just mind blowing. And I don't know how he, as a writer director, could do these scenes representing what actually had happened. That is incredibly open of him, like empowering of him, because I don't know how anyone else could ever do that without, dealing with so many traumas that he was already dealing with. Like, even just writing the script, to be able to write the script, the drama that he must have been ensuing writing it is insane. And I'd like to know if anyone had found the Donnie character and what that scenario is all like. I have not been up with the news lately, but like, I know we found her, so maybe they're gonna find him, and we're gonna see what happens there. But yeah, that was the most wild episode, and now I understand why I was getting the comments and getting told like, you gotta watch it. Um, and it just explains so much more about him in the now in the TV show and how he treats her and how he gets caught into it and why he acts kind of how he does in most points and why he, you know, is so gentle with her at first and like kudos on him because like yeah, she like show wise, I don't want to go into the real world. Show wise, she clearly has something going on and he gets that and respects that. Um and that gives so much more context of why and how. But damn, that was an incredible episode. That's my rant. There's not much more I can say other than congratulations that he bounced back from all the drugs and everything that's happened to create this show. That's my rant for the day. I'm probably gonna watch the next 2 episodes, and then I'll be giving you new videos on my little rant. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, like, subscribe, drop a comment. Like, do you agree or disagree? Do you think some of this was a bit more staged than I assume it was? I'd love to hear from you. Ciao.